guys, T2 out here, Time Preparedness channel. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to discuss the difference between a get home bag and a bug out bag. Is there a difference? What the differences is, and why people often mistake one for the other. Is there a difference? Yes, there is a difference between a get home bag and a bug out bag. A lot of people who post videos will post a huge pack that is 50, 60 plus pounds and call it a get home bag. On the same token, you might see a bag that weighs 12 pounds with 3 liters of water in it, and it's called a bug out bag. So is there a difference between the two? Absolutely. But it's the same difference as the square versus rectangle argument. Every square is a rectangle, but not every rectangle is a square. The same goes for the bug out / get home bag. Every bug out bag is a get home bag, but not every get home bag is a bug out bag. A get home bag, a bag used to get home from a non-home location, such as work, such as your in-laws' house, such as Cabela's, such as a park, a zoo, wherever. This is a usually smaller bag that you can carry with you, leave it in the vehicle, leave it at work, leave it wherever, and if you needed to get home from that location, you could. You would have gear and supplies with you on hand to help you get home. The idea behind the get home bag is not to go off into the woods and survive for 3 or 4 days. It is more purposeful as a walking forward bag. A bug out bag, a bag designed for you to leave your house and to go to some other location, whether that be your bug out location, whether that be a friend's house, a hotel that's 20 to 50 miles away, wherever that is safer than your current location or your current home. So what do I mean by every bug out bag is a get home bag? In a true get home bag, you do not necessarily need a lot of stuff. I mean, what would I need to walk home from work if I didn't have to spend the night out? Well, probably just a bottle of water and a snack bar. So I would have the spare gear with me, such as the Mylar blanket, such as the tarp, such as my sleeping bag that I carry, just to have it in case I did have to spend the night out somewhere. But I don't necessarily need that stuff, because if I'm only walking 20 miles home from work, it should only take me about 8 hours, and I shouldn't have to spend the night. A bug out bag in most cases is designed for you to spend the night somewhere along the route. So your bug out might be 50 to 60 miles away. You're not walking 50 to 60 miles in a day. I don't care who you are. Chances are that's not going to happen, especially if it is an emergency situation, which is why you would leave your house in the first place. Your adrenaline is going to be skyrocketed because, oh crap, now I have to actually use my bag and I have to go somewhere. Eventually that adrenaline is going to dump, and eventually you're going to be tuckered out. Count on top of that a 10-mile plus hike with a large pack, and you're going to be super tired. So in most cases, you are going to have to spend the night, and a bug out bag should be designed around having to spend the night somewhere off in the woods or on a trail or on some sort of path leading to a different location. A bug out bag is technically a get home bag, but a get home bag is not a bug out bag. So a bug out bag is designed for you to grab your pack, leave the dangerous location, and get to a new place that you will call home for at least a little while, whether it be a day, a week, a month, whatever. It is a get to a new home bag versus a get to your normal home bag, but it's still a bag designed to get you to a new home. However, a get home bag is not a bug out bag. That is because, again, most of them are not designed to spend the night out somewhere in the wood line, in the tree line, on a trail, on a road. I've seen bags that are designed to be 6-mile get home bags because that person only lived 6 miles away from work. I think that's a little ridiculous and a little low, but I mean, to each their own. So originally, the differences between my bug out bag and my get home bag was the quality of gear. My get home bag was a cheap bag. The bag itself was maybe 20, 30 bucks. The gear inside of it was less than, I don't know, $75 to $100. So if somebody did break into my car, okay, I'm only out 150 bucks, and it wasn't anything that I couldn't replace by going to Walmart. But as we've done more get home bag challenges and more Titan 10 mile challenges, I've realized that, hey, I need better gear. My bug out bag, on the other hand, has always been my more expensive pack. And that is because if I'm having to use a bug out bag, if I am having to leave my house and go somewhere else, I want the best quality gear that I can buy, that I can afford, and that I can't afford to get stolen. This is gear that is supposed to save your life. This is gear that you might have to use 3, 4, 5 days in a row. It best be the good quality gear instead of the cheap crap that you can pick up on a Walmart shelf, because your life depends on it. So why do people get these bags confused? There's a few different reasons. Number one, as a YouTube personality, I kind of understand why people put my get home bag, my bug out bag as the title to a single video. Because when people are searching for a bug out bag build or a get home bag build, you knock out two birds with one stone. If I put get home bag challenge or get home bag build, then that's all it is. It's a get home bag. And only people that are searching for get home bags are going to find that video. But if I put it as both get home / bug out bag, then anyone that is searching for either of those topics might stumble across my video. And that's what you want as a YouTube personality. You want more people finding your videos. Number two, like I said, the mission is the same, just a little bit different. Two sides of the same coin. If I build a bug out bag and I leave that bag in my vehicle and something happens, well, now I have to use that bag as a get home bag. So in that bag, I need to make sure that I have water and fire and shelter and ways to eat and ways to cook and things like that. Well, in a get home bag, you need the exact same thing. The goal between both bags is to walk forward until you get to a safer location. So a lot of people get them confused, and a lot of people, I don't know, want to mispronunciate or want to count their bag as something that it's not, just because they can, just because it's a free country and they can do it. Hey, whatever. Which one do I believe that you need the most? Well, that depends on the situation. That depends on where you live. That depends on your environment. That depends on a lot of different factors. Have I ever used my get home bag in a get home bag style situation? Absolutely not. Have I used it in traffic jams? Have I used it in car wrecks? Have I used it because I've been stuck in a mountainous area with no cell phone signal? Yes. So I've never used a get home bag for a get home bag situation. Okay. But I have used it for other situations, and it's helped me stay alive and survive hours on the interstate or hours of being stuck in a snowstorm. Have I ever used a bug out bag for a bug out situation? No, I have not. We've been lucky and we've never had to bug out from my house. However, I have used it because the power went out. I have used it camping. I have taken it on road trips with us just to have it in case a fire breaks out while we're on the mountains, or in case a flood happens and now we have to maneuver around it and get someplace safer. So I have taken both bags with me, have never had to use either one in a true SHTF situation. Which one do I think is more important? Which one do I think you should build first? I believe that you should probably build a get home bag first. The bug out bag is the prepper's wet dream, and it gets a lot of heat, it gets a lot of passion with people supporting it and being behind it, because, oh man, bugging out would be awesome, bugging out would be cool, and it's everything that we ever want to do as preppers. Let me tell you, first off, a bug out would be a terrible situation I would not want to be in. A get home bag situation could happen to anyone, anywhere. One of the biggest questions I always get is, why not just call a cab? Why not just call a taxi or a buddy to come rescue you if you, instead of using your get home bag, instead of walking 20 miles, why not just call a buddy? And those people that ask that question must have never been in a survival situation or a disaster scenario. There is no Uber after a tornado hits. There is no calling a cab after a hurricane has just blown through your house. There is no calling a taxi when the floodwaters are rising. It is you and whatever you have on you and whatever bag you have or whatever gear supplies you have, and it is you going to a safer location. If you're at work and a tornado hits and the building you are in is fixing to collapse, you have two options. Either A, stay in that building and hope it doesn't collapse throughout the night, or B, grab whatever bags and supplies I can and walk to a better location. You're not going to call a cab, you're not going to call a taxi after a tornado hits, because chances are, if you can't move your vehicle, they're not going to be able to move their vehicle. They're not coming to rescue you in a disaster scenario. So I think personally a get home bag is less far-fetched and more important than a bug out bag. I think it is the first thing you should build after you build your home prepping supplies. After you get 3 weeks of food, after you get, lighting options for your house, I think a get home bag should be built before you build a bug out bag. Let me know your opinion on which you think should be built first, the bug out bag or the get home bag. Most of us are either at work or on the road more often than we are at home. Most of us work at least 40 hours plus a week. We're at home for, let's say, a day, maybe 2 days a week. So we're at work more than we are at home. So why am I going to spend a lot of money to build a bag that's going to sit at home, sit in my closet, and is not even going to be near me if I need it? Chances are, if something's going to go down, it's going to go down while you're not home. Well, now not only are you not at home after a disaster scenario hits, but you are also away from your supplies. I can put $10,000 worth of crap into my bug out bag, but if I don't have it, I might as well not even have any of the gear. So by building a get home bag first and leaving it at work, leaving it in your vehicle, you are always close by to your supplies. On top of your EDC kit or your EDC supplies, well, now you have a secondary means. Most of our EDC supplies is not in depth enough. It's enough to survive, but it's not enough to get us through 2 or 3 days of walking home in a disaster scenario. If the only thing that you have on you is maybe a knife, a flashlight, and a lighter, good luck. That is why I think a get home bag is far more important than a bug out bag. Again, if you disagree with me, let me know down in the comments section. Hope this has been a thought-provoking video, because that's what I want these videos to be about. I want them to get conversation started. Even if you disagree with me, at least start that conversation and at least say, well, I disagree because of. But again, if you agree, if you disagree, if you have other thoughts, if you have other opinions, put them down in the comment section. Hope you guys have a good day.